This episode of Konosuba is actually very like interesting in a sense because we all see the part where, like, you know, Darkness is rambling on about the type of guy she wants. She says, a guy like Kazuma, a guy whenever he stares at me, it's as if he's imagining himself licking me all over. And that was absolutely hilarious. But whenever she goes into greater detail, I don't think Konosuba will ever go down this route. But she straight up says, like, she really just says, like, just not straight up says, but she says it with other words. She likes Kazuma. Like, Kazuma is the guy that she likes. And I guess it kind of makes sense in the way, like, she's a masochist, right? But I guess it kind of makes sense in the way she acts, especially whenever he's being, like, kind of masochistic towards her. And yeah, that's my dog over there. But it really kind of just said, hey, I like Kazuma. I mean, that's what she said. I mean, like, she's even brave enough to, like, say the things like, he has a child growing inside me and him are having a kid. So, like, yeah, she's just, you know, making sure she got out of the marriage. But at the same time, I think she wants to be put in that position with Kazuma. It's basically saying, hey, let me be with him. But that was just a fun thing, you know. I didn't read too much into it, given I think it's pretty obvious how she feels, obviously, after she made that statement. But I just something I really wanted to dive into and talk about, and I want to know your guys' thoughts, so be sure to leave down in the comments below what you guys think about that. So whenever Darkness returns, I thought it was hilarious how they're, like, pitying her, telling her to go take a bath, and, like, just cry it out and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like, oh, shit. But in all reality, we find out it's actually an arranged marriage the whole time, which I was kind of surprised. Kind of like, arranged marriage? Okay. Oh, I mean, it makes sense, of course, right? But it's kind of like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I thought it'd be something way, you know, way different than that. Absolutely way different than that. But I like how Kazuma, like, just persuades Megumin into going to fight those monsters. That one lady who works for the government or whatever, she shows up. I can't remember her name even. And I like how he just, like, puts on that face and says, "You're the only one that can do it." She's like, I'm the only one. I just kind of like, oh god, did she really just fall for that? And Konosuba has a great way of doing that. It's really clever. Like, the comedy is very clever. It's one of the more, like, clever comedic aspects in anime, I would say. You know, one of the more comedic shows. And it's just really unique how they, like, put it together and, like, you know, just tie it in a little knot. It has its own feel to it, per se, if you guys understand what I'm saying. I don't really know how to describe it, but maybe one of you guys in the comments will know how to describe it, like, a better way than me. But it's just so cool, man. It's just really so genuine and cool. What I really liked about this episode, what I absolutely loved about this episode, was the whole, like, skit with Kazuma and Darkness. So basically, Kazuma's gonna get a reward, right? If he make sure Darkness doesn't act up, and Darkness, of course, acts up. And this is the whole, like, banter between the two of them. It's absolutely hilarious. And she's like, "What? You rat! You betrayed me!" And he's just being all nice and kind. He's like, "My lady, please don't act embarrassing in front of, you know, the Lord." The young Lord. And I just kind of like, oh shit. And then, of course, she goes on that, you know, which we already talked about, the tangent of what she likes Cosmo, basically. But whenever then she flips the script, I thought it was awesome, because he's kind of like, "I see you two are very close," and she's like, "Yeah, we take baths together, showers, everything." He's just kind of like, yeah, and we all know somewhere deep down, Cosmo's kind of like, "Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice." And whenever she, like, rips off her pants or whatever, we see that, you know, that kind of gaze of, hey, I wish I could just be licking her all over. And she even calls him out, like, "That's the look you should be giving me, that gaze right there." He kind of snaps out of it, like, wait, this is the shit she's talking about. And it's kind of like, oh shit, I just got caught doing what I was accused of, even though I was denying it. And I just love that, man. It's so freaking hilarious. And whenever they're talking, he's talking to the prince, or she's talking to the prince, and her dad's in the room. And every time she starts acting up, he's like, "If you keep acting up, you're gonna get colder." She's like, "That's a reward to me." Like, I thought that was one of the funniest things of, you know, already of 2017 and maybe 2016. Like, that shit was hilarious, dude. It's set up perfectly. The setup was absolutely awesome. And now the whole fight between, like, Kazuma and Darkness, they're wrestling, and whenever she fights the Knight's actually beating the shit out of her, and he feels absolutely terrible. She's kind of like, "No, I want more," you know. And then Kazuma fights her, and I'm wondering what Kazuma's gonna get out of this, since he technically won. And used magic and shit. I just started laughing, because we all know that Darkness is really strong. Like, she's in perfect condition. She's excellent stamina. She's really strong, but she just sucks with weapons, and it's kind of hard to fight people when they're swinging a sword at you if you're going to be using your bare fist. And that's why, you know, she's not a very good knight. You need to be good with the sword, because you can't just go fist fighting a dude with a sword and expect to be fine. He swings that shit. What do you need? Catch it? Oh, there goes your hands. So I thought that was hilarious. Just the faces she makes, dude, and some of the dialogue. Like she like tries to put everything together. She's like, "Oh, Kazuma, what's you do in my bathwater?" And something about him drinking. He's kind of like, "What the hell is wrong with this chick?" I know I'm playing to her emotions, but this chick is over the top. Every time I think she can't get weirder, she gets even weirder. And it's just kind of like, what the hell, dude? What is Darkness talking about? I'm just kind of like, what is this chick thinking? How is she putting this shit together? Yeah. And she's like, "What, water? Now you're gonna freeze the water on her whenever you blast with that magic?" She's just loving it. She's like, "Oh yes." And at the very end, whenever she finally passes out to the drain touch. And well, one thing quick before we get to that, I'm wondering what Darkness would have made Kazuma do if she would have won. I'm really interested. I'm wondering what Kazuma's gonna do now. I'm interested in that too. But she passes out, then her dad walks in and just drops it because her clothes are ripped and like basically her undergarments are showing, and she's passed out, and Akira's just kind of like, "They did it," and then he's just nonchalantly like, "Okay, excuse him." That shit was hilarious, dude. But I'm really wondering what the ending was. Megumin shows up with that one chick, the court martial chick or whatever, and like, Kazuma, like something's come up. I'm really wondering. You just ran through like one of the, well, probably the second most important nobles, because they're like best friends with the king or whatever. So second most important nobles. You just barged into their house, their manor. So what is it that's so important? It's probably gonna be something absolutely preposterous. Maybe it's another Devil King army member, because we are out in episode 4, so about halfway through the second season. So I mean, it's about time they would show one. I would imagine. I really wonder how long the show is. If you guys are light novel readers or whatever, like, are we even halfway through the light novel even? Because judging by the story, there's a lot more content to go through. So, but as always, guys, you've been Hex. You should leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitter, and be sure to leave a thumbs up for Jax over there, my cat dog, as some like to say in the comments. See you guys next time. Peace.